1980 Wimbledon, you end up in this epic battle in the final.
Yeah.
I feel like Björn Borg, for whatever reason, brought out the best in John McEnroe's behavior. Am I right as I look back on that?
That is a fair statement. He never did anything. So anything that I did would be magnified that much worse.
I mean, he was just like...
Absolutely couldn't read anything.
Would have been a great poker player.
Total poker face. So you had no idea what he was thinking. And he didn't do anything whatsoever. So like, I knew that if I did even 1 or 2 calls, that it would make me, I would look that much worse. And he was the perfect gentleman.
This is in the 3rd set, a tiebreaker. I mean, the match is his if he can win this tiebreaker.
That was one of the few matches that I ever experienced, certainly much more so while this was going on, knowing there was something sort of, you're part of something epic.
While you're in it.
While you're in it, which is very rare.
You have that moment kind of like...
It was building, and it was building, and it sort of just all came together where it was like, this is like amazing. I can't believe that I'm part of this, which feels somewhat like historically for me, like by far the biggest match I ever played, and it's going to be, people are going to remember it.
Championship point number 4. And no final has ever ended on the tiebreak, but it might now.
Oh, I don't believe it.
And it's all about nerves now. And I think if this were a heavyweight boxing contest, they'd stop the fight. Well, surely there's nothing left now to happen in this tiebreak. Everything has. Oh, unbelievable shot. And of course, it's set point number 7 for McEnroe. Yes, 2 sets all. Well, now this final has become an absolute classic.
That was good. And you had played 6 sets of tennis the day before. I mean, think about that. I mean, 6 sets of tennis the day before. I'm telling you to think about it.
Yeah,
you did
I've thought about it, believe me.
Yeah. But I mean, this was how many points did that tiebreaker go?
A 34. Yeah. I won the first set easily. I had a chance to win the second. I blew that. Then it became an uphill battle until I won that tiebreak. And that's when I thought I had him.
Here's the 5th set.
Yet again, to serve, to save the match.
That's it! And the sad McEnroe, there's his father in the white hat. And he can be proud of his son, who has given his all here today.
You're getting awes.
Sad.
You said, I found it interesting that the quote about that match and that day, you said that made you a better person. You didn't say it made you a better player. I assume that comes with it. But you said that day and that match against Bjorn made you a better person.
There was a lot of positives that came out of it. I mean, I was more respected in the locker room, but the press treated me a little bit nicer. I felt like I'd handled myself well. I took pride in that. I pressed this great champion to the limit. It did feel like something, even though it felt horrible at the time, that cliche where, oh, there's no losers, and that's obvious that that's not the case. That's close to it ever feeling like that was the case. Like I felt like a winner, that I had lifted myself up a notch or 2 in that one day.
So then did that change your approach going into 81? Did you take it more seriously? Was there room to take it more seriously?
I mean, I obviously, whenever you match up against people and you see how or why you came up short, you realize you have to add more to your game, whether it's in terms of fitness, in terms of heart, in terms of will, in terms of, preparation. So all those things come into it when you realize if you really want to be there's one thing to be like a great player, and there's another thing to win a major, and then there's a whole other level to do it multiple times. And that's the part where he taught me something that match. I couldn't believe that he wanted it still that bad.